We're getting ready for a live episode, or just making sure the post notifications are going out. We're just making sure that everybody knows that we're about to go live about a few minutes earlier than promised, because like I've said before, we're going to be doing things a little differently while this whole thing has gone down. We are going to try to go on the air by around 7:45 a.m., but if I'm running a little bit earlier, then I'll try to go on just before that. So today's episode is going to be a doozy. It's going to be interesting. It's called Relationships Are Hard. So I hope that each and every one of you join us as we get ready to launch another episode here at Have Faith, Let It Begin. May God be with you, and we hope that each and every one of you will listen in, because today's episode is definitely going to be very personal, and it's going to be one for all to hear. With that being said, let's get started with another rendition of Have Faith, Let It Begin. And we welcome each and every one of you to today's morning show. We hope that the Lord is continuing to bless you and heal you and to guide you all the days of your life, and allowing you the opportunity to know that it's time to rise, that all of us will get better. We will get past this. We will move forward, and we'll do it with God's blessing. Let's do that now. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, the Daily Commuter, went live. A weekly show all about faith. A show with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time? He's the one that makes your life divine. He's the one that makes you feel fine. Your faith's being tested.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
And just like that, we are on the air. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin on this Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. Folks, right into it we go. Relationships can be very hard. One of the biggest things that I have always had to battle with in my 20s and early 30s was trying to figure out why it is that people could not be attracted to me, the why I had difficulties keeping relationships. I can tell you that I can count on one hand how many times I got involved in a serious relationship, only to have been cheated on every single time. The hardest part when I was growing up in my 20s was trying to realize what makes a relationship so difficult, and how can you get it to the level that you feel it should be at. Let me explain. In my 20s, I had many different types of relationships, but none that were too serious. When they got serious, they ended abruptly. They ended to the point where I was heartbroken. I was miserable. Moving forward, when I decided to forget about relationships and forget about looking for a girlfriend, I put myself right on track for my own path, my own career, not knowing that by doing that, I would meet the love of my life. I would meet my best friend. I would meet my wife, Rachel. I have been married now, it will be 5 years coming this June 12th. I have been with my wife for a total since 2007. That's 13 years we will be together. Well, we are together. I should say we would be, because it'll be 14 years in January of 2021. But I digress. And one of the things that I've learned is that relationships are hard. Relationships are not easy. Now, I don't want to sit here and act like I am the best person to give the best advice, but I am a person that can give you an advice based on a relationship that became very difficult, that became a marriage that almost didn't become a successful marriage, and has battled many storms and has prayed to God many times. So let me explain. When you're in a relationship, the hardest thing that you can do is to walk away from communicating with one another. The hardest thing that most people forget to do, and I've done it myself, is forgetting to communicate. I remember my father sitting me down at the age of 13 and giving me a lesson about treating a woman with respect. My father sat me down and said, "You are to treat every single woman as if it was your mother," meaning the respect factor. The same way that you respect your mother is the same way that you should respect your girlfriend, your wife. If you disrespect them, you are disrespecting your mother. And I will be very disappointed in you, and so will she. Moving forward, flashing forward. Communication is very, very important. Learning to speak with the other person and knowing what their good days are and what their bad days are. Letting yourself say, "Did you have a good day? How was your day?" Listening to the other person vent when they've had a bad day. Sometimes when you come home and you ask how that person's day was and they've had a really bad day and so have you, sometimes it's okay to just take a step back and allow that person to have that moment. And maybe sometimes you have to bite the bullet and say, "You know what, I had a good day too," and then hold off for the next day, unless you feel comfortable enough sharing your bad day on that moment because you don't want to add more to that person's plate. But the key factor is communicating. One of the things that I've always remember hearing was, when you go out in public, if you're a person that goes out to the club with your girlfriend or your wife, if you go out to a function, you are a direct reflection off of them. You want to make sure you shine for them. I'm not talking about putting on a show. I'm not talking about allowing yourself the opportunity to say to yourself, "I'm going to look and act like somebody that I'm really not, just to make people think that I'm a good person." No, that doesn't work that way, because people can see through it. It is important to tell the person that you're with that you love them, that you appreciate them, and by all means, when they do something for you, whether that's make you dinner, bring you home something, run an errand for you, two very powerful words: thank you. That is very, very, very powerful. Thank you. I appreciate you. What can I do? How can I help? I am here for you. I am listening. And those are the things that I've learned over the years. And it's a two-way street. We all have good days. We all have bad days. We all can have tunnel vision and not realize what's happening around us or what our actions could be doing to affect others. But one thing is for sure, if you communicate with one another, if you speak to each other and respect one another, it makes things easier. It puts things into better perspective, and it surely makes the house more welcoming. Sometimes we'll say things that we don't mean, comments, things that we lash out in the moment that we wish we can take back. It is important that you share with that other person the things that you've heard or was said to you that may have hurt your feelings. It is important for them to know that what you have done or said is something that really affects you and would love for it to stop. Now, the question that you may be asking is, where did this episode come from? There's so many times I'll get text messages or phone calls from individuals that will tell me things, and it inspires me to say, we have to touch base on this, because I'm sure there's not just one couple going through this. There've got to be many others. So I felt like it was time to talk about this yet again. Especially since all of us are home. The majority of us are home with our families, are home with our loved ones, and we're together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it can take its toll. Maybe some of us were on the midst or on the brink of relationship coming to an end, and this is going to allow us to talk. This will allow you the ability to strengthen, to heal the broken or fractured bones, hearts, minds. It's time now to communicate. It's time now to allow yourself to know that you are a direct reflection off of your partner. If you allow each other to shine for each other, nothing can break that apart. If you fail to communicate, if you walk different paths, if you are in different one-way streets and never make an attempt to try to turn into each other's lanes, I can't promise anything. But one thing is for sure, always put God first. Always pray to Him. And always allow yourself the opportunity to let that person know how much you truly love, adore, and respect them. I hope that today's message helps those that are in need. And my prayer for all of you is that you find your way back to one another, that you find a way to remember what got you there, to never forget the love and the passion and the reasons why you are together prior to the arguments, the fights, and the changes that have happened. Because at one point or another, we were all friends first, before we became lovers. May God bless you. May He shine His love upon you and grant each and every one of you peace. And never forget to have faith. Let it begin. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Don't forget, everyone, you can join me for a prayer by just texting us at 845-522-2546, or you can actually go to our website, scroll down to the bottom, and it'll say prayer request. It goes directly to my cell phone. God bless you and see you tomorrow. Have a great day.